grabbing distance right over here. Feels like the full Dookie Super Saiyan Goku.
I want to win more and more and more.
Oh yeah, it's the champ. Let's go.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Plastic Powered Podcast. This is Starblast Studios alongside Daredevil 19 and Champ Animations, who is getting very, very uncomfortably close to the screen. This guy must be super duper happy just to come back onto the podcast. We do one episode without him, and he's just like, "Yeah, my back.
I'm
back.
Like, guys,
Yes.
guys, did you miss me, guys? I'm back.
I'm back, bitches.
Yeah, we're still trying to get him to watch Godzilla -1. Hopefully, he sees it soon. I still want him to see it in theaters, but that's a whole other topic for another day. Regarding Champ. Today on this episode, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of news, figure-related news, some anime-related news. It's gonna be sort of like a. It's gonna be a sort of like a free-for-all type of episode. We're just bouncing all around, you know, with a bunch of different things. But yeah, what should we talk about first, guys? We got a bunch of figures too that we also got up.
All right, let us know in the comments right now. You want us to do the figures first or the anime first? Oh wait, we're not
This ain't a live stream.
All right, hold on. I'm reading the comments right now. I think this one guy, his name is Heishi. He says to go over the figures first. We'll go.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Oh God, drop my phone.
Anyway, so Tamashii, past couple, I think this week, last week they announced some new figures, and I'm very excited about this.
Hold on, there's another comment on here that
also-
says Cham needs to see Godzilla -1. I just feel like you should know.
There's another comment under there that says, "Hey, get on with the video." But I'll watch it when I can. All right, I've been busy. It's the holidays.
Yeah,
and everything,
but
all right?
Tamashii
There's no better
Nations
holiday gift than watching Godzilla -1.
Tamashii Nations
that's true.
did have an event, and before we talk over the new stuff, let's just, because there's a bunch of reissues, and I just want to show Heish something before. Can you guys read that?
I'm gonna just quote what I say in the
Yeah.
intro to the Plastic Powered.
Starblast.
It feels like the full Dookie Super Saiyan Goku. There you go. I said it. I said the line.
Wait, where is that? Can you send me that?
That's not a figure news video.
Of course, you freaking.
I'll tell you.
Yes, I love it. I love it so much that I have it within grabbing distance right over here.
You still haven't wrapped up.
No,
but
I put it back in the box. It's gonna. I still got so much shit to do.
Tamashii
He'll
Nations.
return that to Walmart when he gets the Kaioken Goku.
But Tamashii Nations did have like an event. I forgot what it was called. But they, and now before we talk over the about the new stuff, they did announce 7 or 8 re-releases. But what me and Champ were saying, because we were talking about it on Instagram, that you could still find most of these like in Target and Walmart like right now. So they're gonna
the re-releases of Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku,
Yep.
Super Saiyan Dookie Goku,
Heish's favorite.
Super Saiyan Blue Goku
Yep.
from the Broly movie,
Yeah.
Frieza,
Super
new
S-
Frieza,
Yep, Super Saiyan Vegeta.
Bulma,
Yep.
Well, hold on. The most
And
important thing.
Super Saiyan Vegeta.
The most
And her
important
bike.
thing that you're forgetting is
Bulma's bike.
that's the
Bulma's bike, the main character.
the best thing right there out of the entire set.
All right, yeah, so 7 things. So besides the Bulma and Heish,
Goku raised Saiyan on
the
Earth. I think
Bulma
it's
and
kinda
her, besides Bulma and her, damn it,
It's
bike.
missing his cue. Bulma and her.
And your bike.
Bulma
You have
and
to
her
say it in
bike.
Shenron's voice.
Oh, sorry.
Bike.
There you go.
Those are the only ones you don't really see in stores, but everything else you still find in there. Like I bought that Frieza maybe like less than a month ago, and Vegeta. I just saw that Vegeta in Walmart like 4 days ago. So
And the Blue Goku can find at Walmart and Target still. So it's,
Yeah, and
it's a very questionable re-release.
yeah, and I feel like this is a reason why we haven't gotten a proper 3.0 Goku body as well, because he want to keep throwing out reissues. You know what I mean? Like, I
I
understand
guess
them doing
that
that.
makes sense. Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
it's interesting because it reminds me of the sort of the similar time period when it came to going from 1.0 to 2.0. I think we can all agree
Yeah.
that the Awakening Goku was really the beginning of the the sort of 2.0 style
Yeah.
that we kind of had going on,
And
and
now we have
now.
this style.
Yeah, we have that
Well,
style, but like
goddamn.
we're still in that transition period and such. Thankfully,
Champ
Demonical
has
Fit.
every.
Look at this freaking guy with all the Gokus. But
I'm showing examples.
Yeah, but continue, Heesh.
yeah, and so like we're obviously, because of the fact that we're in this transitional period, it's gonna be a while before we actually get like another version of said Goku.
Yeah.
For a little bit, like another
That's
base
why
Goku. We
everybody's
got Demonical
buying
Fit.
this.
Demonical Fit is fantastic and such, but the thing
Yeah.
that the thing that really disappoints me, I think, when it comes to this whole new line of 3.0s is that a lot of the 2.0 heads don't really fit on the 3.0 body, and that was one of the things that I really liked when they switched from 1.0 to 2.0, is that for the Goku figures they kept the ball pegs exactly the same size, so you can still continue doing head swaps and such with all of the other figures without having to worry about needing to have like, oh, this exact other version of said figure and such, because we pretty much have the perfect set of like all of Goku from with all of his forms in the 2.0 style. And now that we have this new body mold with the 3.0 and such, it kind of gives off like a whole new thing that I'm not really sure I'm happy with, because I want to be able to take that 3.0 like Goku head and put it onto 2.0 bodies and vice versa and such. And so it kind of is a little bit disappointing. We're kind of in a spot where if we want to do that, you have to get like another version of the body mold, right? Like, say I'd have to get a second Goku, a 3.0 Goku, and like make it to where you get just for the body mold, right? Swap out the pegs with like a converted peg to make it to where it's going to work. And yes, this is something you can find on eBay right now. There's this one seller that is in this Facebook, the Figure Wars Collectors Facebook group, that is making these conversion pegs, and I bought some of them. I still haven't opened it yet, but like I know that they work. And
Yeah.
so
I bought one for from D Stars for the battle damage from Comic Studios, so I could put the 2.0 SJ head on there.
Super Saiyan 2 head.
Heesh.
Yeah.
Wait. Starblast.
Yeah, so-
That looks
favorite?
fantastic.
Yeah, so it's like I get what you're saying. It kind of sucks, but hopefully these companies start, because honestly, there's so many designs and art styles of Goku that I think that these companies, whether it's Tamashii or Beast Deities or Demonical Fit, that we'll get plenty of Gokus in the future where we'll be at the point where we can mix and match.
Did you skip calling
But-
them Kong?
Yeah, I was about to call him Kong because I'm so used to calling him that, but like
It just comes
you
off the
know,
tongue better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Which
yeah, it does. But like Beast Deities or Kong, whatever you
I
wanna
want
call
to
'em.
I want to actually talk about them real quick. So like we're going to do a bit of a sidetrack, but before we talk about Beast Deities, I want to first give off like a huge thank you to Sean. This happened a couple weeks ago. We didn't really get a chance to really talk about this in any of the other podcast episodes, but my man hooked us up with some freaking One Piece figures. And
Oh
did.
yes,
yes, you did. You almost forgot about it. How dare you? You're such a great friend, champ.
No.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Look at this man sent Sanji, and I'm just so freaking happy with this figure. Yes, I put all my figures back in the box in order to make sure it's all organized and such. This is a great figure, and I really appreciate you, Sean.
No problem. No problem. It's Christmas.
Yeah, and
Gifts for
he
you
got me the
fellas.
Luffy, which I really appreciate, and I got. Sorry, mine's on the other side of the room, so I don't feel like picking it up right now. But like,
Yeah.
Here, I'll
he
show
also got me a
mine,
little
which I
Tanjiro.
got.
Yeah, there you go. There you
No.
go. That same Luffy. So I appreciate it, Sean. And now we're gonna
No
have.
problem.
Don't mean to jump the gun, but spoilers for
Mm-hmm.
future of this episode. We're getting a East Blue arc Luffy. So finally, we're gonna have different variants of Luffy. Awesome. But yes, thank you, Sean, and thank you for the little Tanjiro little blind bags. I have that with the other Tanjiros.
Yeah, I got that one
now.
too as well. I actually almost missed it, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
I
He,
had two
he
doubles.
texted me. It was like, "Oh, by the way, there's a little blind bag of Demon Slayer." And I'm like, "What?" Oh, and I was like, "Oh, there it is."
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like,
How'd that get in there?
Starblast almost didn't notice this, so I figured I'd let you know.
my
just
mom
in
found it in the
case.
box, which was at the front door, like about to be like which I put it there before, like so that when we go outside we can just throw it in the recycling recycling bin.
Yeah.
My mom saved it there. Okay, so one other thing too, in terms of figures that I got, you guys can go over your figures as well right after me. I got the Kid Naruto and Kid Sasuke from Xavier Customs and Collectibles on Black Friday. So yeah, this is a very
Nice.
very nice hookup. And one other thing I got before I get into the Beast deities thing. So I normally don't collect Gundam, but this was a character that I had, as a figure from as a kid.
Master Asia.
So yeah, this is the Master Gundam, and I put it was kind of a hassle to put the wings on him, and I don't know why my camera is not focusing on me properly.
Who is that makes those? Bandai?
No. Actually, yeah, it is Bandai.
Yeah, because I see those are the ones you see in stores, right?
Yeah, this is just such an amazing looking figure.
Yeah.
And it's a very good for like $20, but I didn't even get it for $20. Like Xavier had it on his site for like
the Black Friday
for like
sale.
16 or something. Yeah, for the Black Friday sale.
Yeah.
And I love this figure. It
those are
articulates
the
well.
ones-
It has nice mechanics, and it's
Those
great.
are the ones you find in like Walmart by the NECA Toys stuff, right? And the
Yeah,
Anime
Gundam
Heroes.
Universe.
Okay. I wanted to make sure that was.
Yeah,
that's
they're
what it was.
already pre-built figures. They, you don't have to make a model. They're really good. I do a little bit of customization on them, but honestly, like, they're really nice figures. I know a lot of people don't like them, but I like them, and I honestly love the Gundam series. I have Master Asia over there.
I never watched Gundam, but I know it was always.
Dude, you gotta watch God Gundam. It's like Dragon Ball Z with like robots.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
Like I know what it is.
Well,
I
not
just
robots,
never
mobile
watched
suits.
it. Yeah. Because it's kind of
Yeah, it's
like
really
how,
good.
There's only one show I would say that would even like fits that description. That is Gurren Lagann. That kind of sort of has that type of thing going on with transformations and such. But
Yeah.
But it's like people controlling them inside it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
like Pacific Rim, because that's where he got inspiration from that too. Guillermo del Toro. Continue.
Yeah.
One other thing that did get released that I did get my hands on, and this is from Beast Deities. It's the top.
Hold on, champ, get yours. Hold on, on three.
Oh, mine's right over
I'm
here.
not gonna show. Hold on, I'm not gonna show mine off yet. Some of mine are still
Alright.
in the box, but I did.
Well, yeah. What did you get?
So basically, I got all three of them. This is the evil one. But like, bro, my biggest complaint and why this is I still don't have the head on this body right now is that getting the head on there is such a pain. To do, and I'm sure you guys have had to deal with
having issues with it. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so for mine, it took like another extra 10 minutes to put it on. I guess because it's the
They weren't
the
kidding.
peg. Yeah, it's the peg hole inside the hair. It's like
Yeah.
a very hard plastic. So I was trying to like
It's not
get
as
it
easy to
hot-
warp.
like, hot
Best-
enough. Yeah,
The best
so-
way to do it is either a blow dryer or if you have a space heater, just put it in front of your space heater. Because I did that
Dude.
for like a few seconds and then it popped on a few seconds after.
I was actually trying to use the blow dryer on it, and I feel like there's areas on the hair in the back that like obviously is glued in or something like that in order to connect all the strands of hair. And
Yeah.
actually what was getting me all nervous because like I
You thought
noticed
they
like
were
these
gonna
crevices.
pop
I don't know
off?
if this actually came from the blow dryer, but like it was almost seemed like with the hair dryer I was melting the glue that
You
keeps all the
probably
hair
were,
together.
but if the hair fell out, I mean, you could just glue it back on too, you know?
I don't want to
Yes.
do that, man. I want to like the fact that we're going through
Yeah,
all
but-
of this trouble just to put a head on the body is insanity. And I know that 5K Toys specifically put out warnings for this, and they probably did this type of thing just because they need to like get it through there and prove that all this stuff cannot actually connect on it whatsoever. But my gosh, it just made it.
A
into
lot
what-
of people
such a
are
hassle, I
having
think.
issues. When you're putting the hair on, did you use like a shirt or a piece of cloth to push down? You're not using your
I
bare
used a
hand,
towel to
right?
help.
I didn't
push
I
it
didn't
down.
do that.
used a towel.
I was very cautious. The reason why I did that because when we have the blow dryer, right? It warms up all the plastic. I was worried about warping the hair in a different direction after pressing on it, and so I didn't.
No, it shouldn't F it up. It shouldn't, because mine, champ, let me see yours. Mine didn't get warped or anything. It's still fine.
I
know.
thought it got warped at the top, but no. It's pretty.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
ours look similar, yeah.
We still need it. We should. Okay, definitely. Probably like sometime I'm done with this episode. like when we're done with this episode, I'll try to get it on. But like, I'm not happy with how this is working. I do see it working.
I
though,
mean, mine
like,
popped on easier than I anticipated. I thought it was going to take me a
For
while.
what I did for mine, I just got like a cup of water, heated up in the microwave or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I've left it in there. I would say leave it in there for a good maybe 20 minutes. That way it really, really gets... Because I had to put in there for an extra 10 minutes.
I'm never gonna do any head swaps on this figure ever.
Same.
Yeah,
Same.
you really can't.
I'm not even gonna swap out the cross arms, to be honest, because I've heard like
You
some
can't even.
people
Yeah,
saying
you can't even.
that
fully-
the pegs came off or something like that.
No,
the
not that.
crossed arms.
It comes off, but trying to get the crossed arms on, it doesn't
never mind,
peg
sorry.
in. You push and push, but then the shoulder piece starts going forward too. And
Yeah.
at first,
Oh.
I thought it popped on right away. Then I moved them, and it fell right off. I'm like, what the hell? And then I was finagling and fighting with it for like minutes and minutes. And I'm like, you know what? Screw this shit. I'm not even putting this thing on. Forget about it. And I just popped the regular arms back on. So I wouldn't even.
One question for you guys. So like on your copy of the figure, does the arm like sit down here all the way? I feel like this like gets pushed out a little bit more, and I
The
want it to sort
band?
of rest like this arm is against
The armband?
No, not the
Or-
armband, just the entire
Yeah,
arm. So obviously it goes like this, but then when you bend it back down here, it doesn't go down all the way. It just like it sort of sticks out. Do you guys have that problem?
Let me see mine.
Maybe
Mine
with
might...
the armband, but not the
Mm.
other arm. Because the armband does
Not
add
really.
an extra layer
It's not
of
really
plastic.
sticking out.
Yeah.
Hold on. It's not really sticking out on mine.
Lift yours up, lift the shoulder up a little bit, then push it back down with the hinge. You know what I mean? Like the socket
Yeah,
joint,
okay.
lift it up.
I tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried that. It still
Let's see.
didn't do it.
Yeah, because
okay,
see how chance
we're-
is? Yeah.
Anyways, you know what? Well, like this is a nitpick thing. We can probably do another like thing on
It's
it. We
like,
still have
how-
so much
how to
stuff to
mess
talk about
with
in this video.
The new Super Saiyan 5 figures. But
Yes.
all right, so I guess back to the that's everything you got, Heesh?
Yeah, that's everything I got.
Is that everything you got, Champ? The only other thing I really got that's of importance is the legendary Super Saiyan Goku, which is a really fun figure, and I thought the upper torso was going to look really bad. It doesn't unless you're shining light directly in it. So
Champ, first off, I want to actually apologize for all the times that I have taken new figures that I got and flexed it, because now I think I understand where like how you felt. I understand exactly how you feel.
I have two more on the way because he just released.
Wait, two more of
I
that Goku?
Yeah, I
Yes,
didn't
he
realize I pre-ordered.
You bought two more?
I didn't realize I pre-ordered two from Agelessgeeks, and he got them in and shipped them out.
So you have two more Gokus. Dude, you better send those.
I'm
to
still
us.
waiting on mine. I'm still waiting on one of my friends to like send it. He got like an extra and such when they originally went out in pre-order, but I guess they never like actually
Did you
came
miss
in.
it or something?
No, when it originally went up on Hobby Genki, like those pre-orders sold out super fast. I didn't even
Yeah,
get a
they're
chance.
sold
Like
out.
it sold out
Yeah.
in the middle of like the. Actually, I didn't even get a chance to put the figure in my. I mean, I hit add to cart, and then when I got to the cart, and it said like this item is no longer in stock. And it was just like after like I don't know like
That happens.
2 minutes or so of loading. This thing was gone in like 2 minutes on Hobby Genki, and so
Yeah,
I was so
everybody
pissed
wants
off,
that
not being
figure.
able to get it early.
I mean, if you guys didn't get any, let me know. I'll let you know when I get that other one. Well,
No,
other
we'll send you-
two.
I'm gonna be getting one so hopefully sometime this week.
I mean, you guys got it on
Hey,
pre-order.
if you do get an extra one, let me know because I'll PayPal you money for
all right.
reimbursement.
I mean, I'll have an extra one, so if you want
Listen,
it, just let me know. I'll let you know when I get it.
Yes,
Hell yeah, appreciate it.
the boy.
I also want to see if the monocle fit head will fit on that because I kind of want
It
to
does.
create like it
I
does.
saw
So
people
I kind
posting
of want to
photos.
make
of
a
them.
Yes.
yeah. I want to make a Saiyan Saga like battle damage Goku when he was fighting Vegeta.
I need to do a
That'd be
stop
pretty cool.
motion, bro. That's what
Oh, yeah,
you know what?
that's
You know
right.
what? I say that, and I still haven't completed all the other stop motions, and the other stop motion I was working on with the freaking Super Dragon Ball Super
Hey,
Superhero.
hey, listen. I understand.
I need.
I understand. I haven't
I think you
released
guys
anything
are-
since 2018.
I think
You know,
guys
this is
edit-
actually something
edit
that I
too
was
much now.
thinking about, right, Champ? You, as far as I know, you and me are really the only people that have really tried to, sort of do this. But I've always felt that it would be interesting to have like other animators sort of come in and like, work on work on a video, like, you know, you specifically focusing it on green screen and chroma keying and such, right? So that, because that's the only, that would be like the way you would sort of mimic the way that they do it in the animation studio, in which they add the background first and like the entire like main animation and being there. It's like, this is a way you can combine like different styles while still sort of having like a similar flow of editing and such going on, you know, throughout the entire video. I feel like that would be really interesting if other animators were to get together and sort of work on that, because when you really look at the channels when it comes to a bunch of these stop motion animators, I was talking to someone about this on Instagram the other day, is that a lot of people are just like, you know, the lone wolf, like doing stop motion content is actually like a lot when you look at everything that goes into it, because they're the director, they're making the script, they're filming the story, they're filming the shots, they're editing the video, they're getting voice acting. The only thing that they wouldn't do sometimes is just like, you know, the voice acting. But then again, other channels would just do the voice acting all on their own. And so I just feel like when it comes to stop motion content, I think it would be very cool to see more animators sort of get together to do, you know, stop motion content that can all, you know, sort of fit into that sort of thing that people do, you know, fit, like, match different styles, do different scenes, you know, create like a whole scenario and such, and have someone else who is like, you know, sort of like the storyboard director type of guy, you know, to do those animations, which I think would be just very interesting overall.
It's funny you mentioned that, because I do want to finish the last episode of Versus, and it's something that I do want to bring other collaborators to. The only difficult part is time and whether or not these creators need to be paid or not, because unfortunately we're all striving to break it in the animation. So, you know, we're not always running on a low budget, but, you know, if people do want to collaborate, I'll, you know, try to, you know, make it worth your while and start, you know, paying people. So I don't mind doing that. If anyone's interested, please hit me up on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube.
I'll say
TikTok or YouTube. That would be a good idea, instead of just one person doing it all, because then you have more minds working on it.
Hey, I want to reanimate Dragon Ball Distortion. Maybe you should help me. Maybe we should get some help with that too. Like just redo the first first 3 episodes. Maybe I'll keep some of the stuff from the original episode. I don't know.
I mean, I think since years have passed since we've done the episodes and we've learned a lot of things about animation and how everything goes into production, I think that if we do it like the right way, instead of just doing it on the fly, like doing a storyboard, and like now I have new programs that allow me to create a quick storyboard, or found different ways to do these things for the, like, you know, the pre-production, then the post-production. I think it'll go a lot easier. It's just scheduling and time. That's the really major factor.
Yeah, I mean, even when we were working on that collaboration, Goku versus Vegeta and such, like,
I'm still working on that one. Don't worry, I'm gonna finish that.
No, but like,
you guys should just work on each other's shit together.
Yeah.
I think honestly that would be cool. I think that would be the best way to do it. Like, you know, sort of get like a beneficiary thing. If I help out with your stuff, you help me with my stuff. We help out with one another's script. I think we can definitely do that. I genuinely, I think for me, the toughest part of the actual of some of the actual work is script writing. I just cannot. My attention span is the hardest thing to be able to just stay there, sit down, focus on the script, when at the same time I want to animate, but at the same time, if I have the script, I want to make sure I'm actually, you know, making it as authentic, and I'm thinking things out as best as possible. And so
well, you know how to write a treatment, right? Because you're taking classes, you know how to write a treatment.
A treatment? I haven't taken a script class yet. I've taken classes on appreciation, screenplay, and editing.
If you ever get a chance, take a class on screenwriting. What they do, a treatment is basically like a story synopsis, and it's like a kind of list of like, okay, this is what the beginning, the first act, these are the side characters I introduced, what's the problem, you know, it's kind of like it's like a Spark Notes version of the script. It's your guide, so when you're writing the script, you can follow that, and you know, it makes it script writing a lot easier. So if you ever want, we can always try to workshop something into that.
That sounds like a great idea. That sounds like an absolutely fantastic idea. And if you want to do that and such for each of our scripts and such, I think that would be that would be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
All right, fellas, shake on it.
Shake. Let's shake with our lightsabers, actually.
Oh God.
There we go.
Hey, hold on. Which lightsaber's
Just
longer?
start fighting.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Oh, I actually hit my computer monitor.
But anyway, I know we got sidetracked there, but what were we talking? What were we talking about?
Now we're up to the new reviews.
We were talking about we were talking about the latest reveals from Tamashii. Were we talking about that?
Yeah, I guess
Yeah, let's talk about that. So I love
the-
that they introduced like a new East Blue, like Luffy Nami. We're gonna get more photos of that soon, but that's just like a really cool shot. Nami looks absolutely fantastic and so screen accurate.
It looks like they
love
took
how
her
that feels.
right
Can't say much for the live action version though.
Oh my god,
yeah.
the live action
No,
version.
that one, it's just her face. That's it. I mean, but think about it. Remember when we saw Black Widow for the first time, how dead she looked? And then when you got her, it looked just like her?
Yeah, I find it funny though that they
You're like, I
they
don't know
showed
about
off,
that Nami, though.
but it's funny they showed off Nami in the same outfit for both versions.
Oh, yeah, that's
funny.
right.
It's like
They should have put
this,
her...
but it's a
Good.
go ahead.
No, you go.
I was just finding it fun because it is her iconic outfit from the East Blue arc, but like they didn't go for like the green dress or the pink shirt or whatever. They both it's the white and blue shirt.
It's her like most iconic look. But in the live action with I mean, it makes sense. They also could have done that one where she has the orange and black socks, because that was like her prototype.
Her
From
prototype
the
design.
anime, but then they threw it in the live action. That would have been cool too. But the thing that bugs people the most about that figure is her face sculpt. Like, it kind of looks like the actress in a way, but it also doesn't. And it kind of looks like they did her dirty. But it's even like the Luffy basic stern face of Inaki Godoy kind of looks off, but it also looks like him, which is weird. Maybe it's just that facial expression. I don't know.
You know what it is? It's the fact. It's whatever. When they're showing 3D models and such, right? When they're showing like the actual prototype pictures and everything, and the images are HD and so zoomed in, you see that like the scanning dotted lines of the actual face whenever it's printed onto like the face sculpt. And when
I don't
it's,
even see that. It's just...
Well, no, this is something that you can even notice on the Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland Spider-Man figures. Like, when you look really close, you can just see those dotted lines and such from the print. And so when you have an HD photo that really shows you all of like those details, it definitely makes
you see it under
off.
her eyes. You do see it under her eyes.
Yeah, so that's why it's like it won't look that. I don't think it's gonna look that different. But when you get it in hand, I think it'll be one of those things. It'll look a lot better. It's just as of right now, it looks very strange. I saw someone say that it looks like a man in a woman's costume. So that was because of it just doesn't look like her. It looks very.
I mean, it does look like her, but it doesn't also at the same time. It's weird, but we have gotten figures where we've seen the promo pics and everybody trashes the head sculpt. Then you get it in hand and it's like, oh shit, it actually looks just like the actor or actress. I know with Bucky Barnes, the first one didn't really capture his likeness that well. But like what I was saying with the Scarlett Johansson, their first Black Widow, a lot of people were trashing the face because the promo images, it looked horrendous. Then you got it, and it looked just like Scarlett Johansson when you have it in hand. But you know what it is too? They don't add enough detail too in the faces. Paintwork, I mean, not like sculpting. Like the sculpting's there. Like look at the Marvel Legends Kingpin, the Vincent D'Onofrio one. I thought it looked like him, but someone repainted it, and it looks exactly like him now. It's just that paint detail that they don't add, that doesn't show all those sculpted features to resemble that actor. So it's also that too, but you
The
can't
sculpting
really judge
department is
stuff by
completely
pictures.
fine. It's just the paint department that I think costs more at times than sculpting, which is interesting. But like I guess that's what takes up the most amount of resources. Whereas with sculpting, it's just printing that out and such.
Yeah, but
100% agree.
I mean, you would think with actors too, you would want to add more paint in the face to bring out that sculpted detail that your sculptor, whoever made, to show like, look, we nailed it. We could do miniature or half-size Hot Toys likeness too. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's there. It's just they don't put that much effort into painting those faces as good as they should be painted. Like Hasbro will probably never do it. like what I was saying with that Vincent D'Onofrio Kingpin one. I mean, it looks like him, but then the dude who repainted it, like it looks exactly like him, and that's a $25-$30 figure. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
they can do it. It's just who knows? That might not even be the fully finished version of
Well,
her, but
yeah, I mean, we're also talking about a complete. You're comparing it as well to Marvel Legends, completely different company
yeah,
overall.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I do think that just from it does remind me like what you're talking about, like just the reviews I've seen of like your like the cap like the Avengers figures most of the time. Those are a very good
Yeah.
example, I think, for just like how that whole process works. And so it definitely
Yeah.
does look better. That's a very good comparison. Scarlett Johansson, Bucky Barnes, those are absolutely spot on
Everybody
that. So
struggles with Chris Evans for some reason.
yeah, actually funny. I think yeah, Chris Hemsworth as well. He's also one of those. He just has one of those faces that just does not look good on
They've got
plastic
better
at
over
times.
time. Like their first one, horrible. Same with
Yeah.
Figma. Theirs was horrible too. But like their Robert Downey Jr. is always on point. Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner's always on point. Like they usually do capture the likeness really well.
My mom is
It's
a fan of
just
Chris Hemsworth, and trust me, when she saw those, she was like super extra critical of him. Like, why does he look like he's trying to take a shit?
she gets all mad. Like even
She
their
just.
Star Lord looks just like Chris Pratt. So like they can do it. Sometimes they struggle with certain actors or actresses' faces, but you can't judge stuff. I know a lot of people are gonna do it. I do it myself. You're gonna judge it when you first see pictures of it. Of course you are. But I mean, truthfully, you can until you have it in hand. Once you have it in hand, judge the shit out of it. But it's hard to
Yeah.
tell now how it will really turn out. But
Well,
yeah, it
also
is
at
an
the same
issue.
time too, it's like this type of thing is more prevalent and like reasonable to be critical of when it's a figure that is an event exclusive or it's like a premium Bandai thing or just it's something like that type of thing.
It better not
Because if
be.
that's gonna be
Yeah.
because if that's gonna be like one of those things where it's not like a regular release where you're not gonna be able to go to a store and see it in hand and such,
Yeah.
or you have to pre-order right now. A lot of people are not gonna want to put that initial pre-order into that figure. And
Yeah.
so yes, I think and most of the time too, like when it comes to the pre-order product, like the first initial image that you see, most of the time that picture is better than like how the figure looks in hand. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, look at William Defoe, Norman Osborn from the Green Goblin. That one they gave him a mustache for no reason.
yeah, that was like
Yeah.
so weird. I don't understand why
But
they
if
did
you
that.
notice, some people who got theirs doesn't have that very heavy shading compared to some people who do have it. Because as I Googled it when I would talk about it, I noticed some of them didn't have that, but a nice majority of them did, which is odd. So it might have been a defect from like the first wave they made. Then maybe they were like, "Oh shit, what the f happened here? Let's let's
Mhm.
take that paint back a little bit." So maybe that could be the issue. I'm gonna be getting mine in. I totally forgot I pre-ordered it, so I'll have to see if mine turned out like that.
Was that a premium Bandai exclusive? I don't remember.
No,
Which figure?
because the Green Goblin.
The Green Goblin
No.
from
Yeah,
No Way
it
Home.
wasn't. Yeah,
No.
I
Okay,
so
because that's like you're what paying $160 for that, I think.
well, I'm only paying like
Was
a
it?
$1.20, but that's because I'm friends with the owner.
Cooler prices.
But yeah,
Plus,
I
you're
think he's
probably
now
you're
getting
probably
that.
remembering those horrendous big bad toy store prices.
he's selling them for like
Yeah,
160. I think he charged me 130 actually.
Mhm.
Yeah, I swear I saw it was because it was the Collider that bumped the price.
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
This is one of those
Uh,
cases again where I think the Marvel Legends looks better overall. I think I think we talked about
Yeah.
that on the episode with the Foosh. Anyways,
Yeah, we
let's-
did.
All
But
right, but like, let me know what you guys think of the Nami, like, and such. Like, let's move on to. Sorry, Sean, I'll let you say what you want to say, and then we'll move on to
Yeah,
the
I
next
just
topic.
wanted to go back to the East Blue stuff. Now, a lot of people didn't pick up on this, but they did fix Luffy's knee joints, and it looks like the shorts are slightly higher, or it's either that or they sculpted the little section in the back like what they did with Gear 5, or we'll have the shifting knee joints like what Verbal Action Heroes did, and frickin' Anime Heroes. So they definitely did fix them. You could see it bends more than 90 this time. If you look at the right knee, Starblast, if that's what you're looking at.
Yeah, I am
So
looking at it.
Yeah,
Like this
so
one in particular. I guess I can kind of see that, like the back.
You could see it's definitely bent more than 90 if you look at it. The way the leg is.
No, I think it. The thing is, this is what I I'm
Well, look at his
somewhat.
knee. Sorry, Chopper. Look, you don't
Wait
even
a
the
second.
knee
Hold on,
joints.
hold on.
Look, the knee joints are right at the shorts, but that one you can see above the knee joint, the top of the knee joint. Look right here.
Hold
look,
on.
I'm
No,
showing you, bastard. See?
Yeah, no, hold on. I see some.
But
I
with
see
that
something.
one, what?
Hold on. I see something. I'm actually gonna try something. Like if this is actually the case, because I feel like, because I was looking at that
I
picture,
can't
right?
do that with this one. Yeah, like I can't do that with him.
Because what the way that they're going,
No matter
the
what.
way that they're going about it is like, okay, no, you're right.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can't look. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do it with this Luffy. That one's you could see it's definitely bent more than 90 degrees. So, and if you look at the knee joint, it's showing a lot more compared to the Wano Luffy here.
Okay,
So,
this is what I noticed. And I know, and I see exactly what they did. So if you look at the picture and such, where you look at the front of the knee, I'm sure you'll put like an edited like a photo and such for the people watching the
Yeah.
video and such.
Yeah.
I think what they added in was like an area in like behind the pants where you can actually bend the thing
That's
back so
what
you
I'm
can get a little bit
thinking.
more room. And this
So
is
it's
that was
most
interesting
likely that.
because the reason why this is interesting is because I feel like there was intentions to actually allow for it on this Luffy figure to actually, you know, bend it back, but they never like they had to rush the figure out and never got done with that, because you can see like there's some pins and such and some area that makes it look like that back of the pants should move right there.
Like they
So
did sculpt a tiny piece out of it. I see what you're talking about. Like where it's cut. Look at Gear 5 here. Let me send you a picture.
well, with Gear 5, the knees are made
Gear
out of rubber,
5
so it's not
is
going to be as much of a
also, but
problem.
it does look like they sculpted more out. I'm just talking about that. If you look at the shorts, it looks like here, I'll send it right on Discord. It looks like they sculpted um more out. So look in Discord right here. So if you compare that to this one, because this one barely has anything sculpted out. Look at the Gear 5. They definitely sculpted
What'd you
more
send
than
me?
half of that out. Discord. Oh wait, hold on.
I'm looking at
there
this.
we go.
It's not this.
I forgot to hit enter. See, look how much more it's sculpted down or shaped down.
So you thinking that
So-
it probably just did the same exact pants and such with the new Luffy?
They might have done that, but if you look at this new one, the knee joints are also further down compared to this one here. So they do listen to people when there is issues. So if we're all complaining about that live action Nami face, they're most likely going to like tweak it up or something, like retweak it or something.
Yeah.
So
because I remember
definitely
they
did
fixed something
fix
up
that.
with the Sasuke figure too when they heard the feedback from it, like something about the proportions was off, and then when the figure came out, a lot less people were complaining about it. Like I think that
Yeah, like they do listen. I feel like what we've been talking about, Champ and Heish, they have been using, I feel like, new people like for Berserk, for One Piece, maybe for Bleach. I don't know. Who knows if Demon Slayer will be, but you have some lines that are just so good and successful, and other lines people like aren't happy with stuff. But at least One Piece, it looks like they're turning it around. Berserk, the guts. Sadly, he was horrible. Griffith isn't that much better, sadly, and the horse is just a molded piece of crap.
did you get a newer Guts figure after the thing broke on you?
Well, Anime Export did send me a replacement leg, so I just had to pop off the legs that were broke with the broken
Okay.
ankles, and I popped those legs on. But I got Griffith recently, and
So with Guts and such, I guess I'll ask this real quick now, because I'm curious. Is like, other than like, so not judging the fact that the figure, you know, broke on you and such, like putting that to the side just for the sake of like trying to see what the figure is.
You're gonna say. Yeah, go ahead.
How is like what is the main issue with the figure other than
It's
breaking?
a super frustrating figure.
Okay,
Like,
so
a lot of times, listen, a lot of times I don't agree with Anthony's customs, but I couldn't have agreed with him more in his review of it. It is a super frustrating figure to pose around and very effing annoying. It really is. Pieces falling off all the time. Even some of the articulation is horrible. Like his legs barely hit out 45 degrees, like when they go out to the sides. But you have his like pouches popping off because they're on ball pegs. Even the part of the armors, like mine didn't pop off on the shoulders, but a lot of people's are popping off. The cape that they gave us is really like it's such a thick material. And then the piece that goes around his neck here, that armor, just is so annoying and gets in the way. It's like,
This leads me to my
what?
next question. Did Figma
Alright.
win? Who wins,
Some people
Figma or
would say
Figuarts?
some people would say so, but Figma was annoying too because you have the shitty ass wrist joints that break easily, and then his legs would pop off all the time when you'd articulate it. So that one, it's probably not as frustrating as the figure arts one, but the figure arts one I think looks nicer. There is like ugly spots like under the arms. The joints look real ugly, or the way just the way it was like engineered. I feel like it was engineered that it didn't turn out as good as they were hoping to. And Griffith is almost similar, but he's not as frustrating as Guts at all. But he's like the Griffith figure isn't bad, but what's really disappointing is the horse is just a molded piece and nothing moves on it. And it's like,
I didn't even realize it
why?
was that bad. Oh man.
Yeah, it's just, yeah. I mean,
'Cause
the Griffith isn't
that's
too
something
bad.
when it comes to horses, Figma did do better with, because with their Erwin Smith figure, the horse was like articulated, and all the all the
Yeah.
legs and such moved properly as a horse would, to get, especially to get in all of those cool poses and
Yeah.
such too.
Champ, did McFarlane, didn't he do one for the Dark Knight Returns? But I think that was more of a statue too, right?
I believe so. It was a Build-A-Figure, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming it was articulated a little bit, but I don't think by much. I think it was mostly like a
Like they don't even
just like a-
articulate the goddamn head on the horse. At least do that if you're not going to do the body or legs, since it's covered by like this cloth. Not actual cloth, but what's sculpted on there. But yeah, it's disappointing. So far, the Berserk line has been disappointing. I'm gonna see how the Berserker armor guts turns out, and then I will give Zod and Shurige a try too. If
I'm
they
kind of
don't,
glad I didn't purchase them, because like and waited to see how they were, because like I don't really
yeah,
want to get them. It sounds like more of a nightmare to actually get those figures than it is.
I have
I'm
them both
not to say
back
that they wouldn't
I
look cool on your
packed them.
shelf,
I
but
packed both of them away. I just did a video real quick of Griffith, a short, and then I threw him right back in the box. And then I'm like,
there's
Guts,
like
I
I'm
just
done with this.
needed to keep him out for our cape that we made for him to take pictures. And I'm like, you're going back in the box. So yeah, the Berserk line, you could tell it's a new, probably a new team working on the line, and they kind of know what they're doing, but they don't. You know,
That's what
but
I
at
mean, man,
least,
is that a lot of these companies, like with when it comes to their sculpt, all these lines that Tamashii has is like they're really spreading like their teams thin, especially
yeah.
on like the company that's like, producing the figures, the molds, like all this stuff. It's like it really is like a lot of the same cases that is with a Mappa employee and such.
Yeah. Like with One Piece, they're at least turning it around, as you saw with Sanji. Like the Luffy isn't bad; it's just his knee joints. That's really it.
Hmm.
The Zoro was a hot mess. You know,
Hmm.
it's like, bro, what the? But hopefully, the East
Hmm.
Blue one champ is gonna be kick ass
I will
because he
say
doesn't.
I hope so. I hope they release a Zoro, because it'd be nice to have because the live action's going to have Nami, Luffy, Zoro.
Yeah,
So it'd be kind of cool to have the anime Zoro, Luffy, and Nami.
they
I
just
will
need to
say
make all the
this.
Straw Hats
I did really like
much
Sanji,
better.
but my main problem that I really don't like about him is the arms. It feels so
Yeah, the
limiting trying to
shoulders,
like
right?
move them around. Like yeah, the shoulders, exactly.
Yeah,
You
they're
can't move them
very
up like the way
very
you would
weird.
normal figures. And yeah, sure, there's cool. You can still get them in like the same pose and really work around that sort of problem. But
Yeah,
like
like he can't go up to 90 because of how they did that. I understand it because it was a suit, but I feel like that could have been engineered much better. You know what I mean?
I have an exact example of a figure that has the same sort of suit. I think Sanji does, that got the articulation done better. If I can just find
Yeah,
it here real quick.
that's what we're talking about. It's the same goddamn company, but you have different teams. Why don't they share things that work good and incorporate them into whatever line they're working on.
Yeah.
Like the Jujutsu Kaisen line,
No,
the
one
Naruto
figure
line,
is no
the
one
Dragon
figure
Ball
is-
line. Chainsaw Man kind of has a shirt like that, right? Oh, but he has sleeves. But still, they
No,
made
no, no.
his...
The one company, the one figure from that does work like it is like from Spy Family. It's Lloyd Forger. I'm trying to find this figure right now. I'm pretty sure it's over here. I can't.
Oh, okay. So hold on, let me type it in. So Spy. There we go.
I mean, it feels like you said,
Here
like
it is.
how Tamashii is like spreading, like they have to like divide their
Hold on.
employees to work on these so many projects.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it kind of feels like Dragon Ball is the one they focus on the most, but and these other ones kind of get shafted in quality and quantity.
This
Yeah.
is how it should have been.
That's
This is
how they should have
absolute-
done it. Like, why
Exactly.
don't you share? But Champ, I know exactly what you're saying. They need to... I just lost my train of thought.
Well, it feels like
Yeah, go ahead.
because it feels like most of their the budget goes into the Dragon Ball line. Because the reason I say that is because how many freaking figures did they just announce this year and that's coming out next year? I mean, we just got the 100% full power Frieza, and like we just got the Super Saiyan Legendary Goku, and then we got like a few more figures that came out recently. And
Cooler.
they're all introducing these like new what was it?
New like
The Gohan is going to have like what like
cape.
a full on like new, cloth cape. It's going to have like I think it's on a 2.0 3.0 body or
Yeah, I'd
whatever.
say
it's like
3.0.
on a full new sculpt. All these other figures, Vegeta, the Scout the Namek armor Vegeta. He's gonna have to be
I
on
wouldn't
a
call
whole
that
new-
2.0 or 3.0.
Not
I
2.0,
wouldn't
but
call
it's
it
a whole
3.0.
different. But it's a different sculpt. It's definitely a
I call it
different sculpt from the
2.5 or 2.8 because it's definitely still
2.5.
using like the sort of like 2.0 like style.
But Frieza's getting a whole new sculpt.
Well,
I
he
mean,
needs it.
with his
Oh,
100%.
yeah.
He definitely needs it.
But
the
like,
full power one, yeah.
but like, what I'm saying is like, they're putting more money into the Dragon Ball because that's what sells. That's what sells the most. You don't see a lot of people that's going to get Spy Family, even though I know that's a very popular anime, but which one are you going to get more? Are you going to get the ones that has characters that beat the crap out each other, or are you going to get the Spy Kawaii Family?
Well,
no, I
even
absolutely see where you're coming from.
even their Hell's Paradise figures look like they turned out really good too. So it's like I feel like they have like
the Gabimaru
rookies.
figure came out good, but then like the other, I can't remember
The
her
other
name.
two,
The
no?
other character I heard like not very good things about.
Like I
So-
saw an on-display image of their Veroni Kenshin, and now I want to get the figure more. It does look really nice. Like the Demon Slayer stuff, a lot of people don't like all the stuff going on just in the arm, because there's a lot going on in the arm.
It did seem like the arm joint seemed a little big, like the
Yeah,
one
like
where
they're
the
longer.
elbow is the elbow. It seemed a little big, yeah.
Yeah, they're longer.
Like it was kind of sticking out.
Yeah, those are longer than the bicep cup or piece is super tiny, and then you have the hinge at the shoulder. A lot of people didn't like the way that looked, but there's a lot going on just on the arms, which I
Yeah.
understand. They're articulated figures, but this is
I'm
what,
very scared with Nezuko because they showed her off again, and it still looks like that whole dress part is still up like hard plastic. So I'm kind of
yeah.
scared about
To
that.
me,
Yeah.
this is the proper way to go. That's actual cloth.
The buzz
you
mod.
you could have her kick around. Now with the figure arts, even if it's gonna be articulated, it's gonna look so stupid when you have her in a kicking pose. But it doesn't even look like it's gonna be articulated, but it could be. So a lot of
Unless they went
skepticism.
somewhere where, because not to bring this guy back, but this part, the skirt piece,
Yeah.
it's like a very flexible rubber where it doesn't really hinder the articulation. Like,
And you
look how
could
high
even
can
flip
go.
it up too.
Yeah, you can even flip it
To
up
get
too.
more movement.
It's
And
like
have it
Goku
go
Black
blown away.
basically. But the thing is
Yeah.
that here's why that type of thing like is able to The way it just stuck up like that. Here's why that type of thing works with that figure is that just because it's a smaller, like, skirt piece. It's not that long. So if you were to have that type of thing with, like, the figure, you end up with problems. There is one figure I'd say that is actually a better example, and this is Geto from Jujutsu Kaisen. They definitely pulled him off, like, the articulation.
Is that
there.
the villain in the movie?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
okay.
Jujutsu Kaisen Zero.
Even
He has
Sasuke.
he has a Sasuke. Oh yeah, I guess Sasuke. Yeah,
Yeah.
but like no, Geto in particular, I think is a better example here because he has a lot more of like that clothing covering up the front part of his legs, which is supposed to hinder articulation, but it's actually one of the best articulated figures in the entire line, surprisingly, despite all of those circumstances. So they definitely can do stuff. It's just like you said, the problem right now is the fact that the teams are so divided thinly. They're putting they're putting a lot of effort into the Naruto stuff. They're putting a lot of effort into Jujutsu Kaisen stuff. But they're not like all of these other lines of figures, like, One Piece and Berserk, and seemingly right now
They don't
Demon
want it
Slayer,
to
from
turn
what they're
out
working
like
on.
his piece. Because
Yes.
that's what people hated. It cannot turn out like how Zoro's did.
Yeah.
It's going to be a
So,
fail.
like, even the variable action hero Zero did it better, even despite the plastic stuff. Like, you were able to move that around really well.
Yeah, and it still worked the way they like overlap pieces.
Hopefully, all we can do is hope that these figure companies like end up like like the teams that are working on there get things figured out together. One thing I do remember, like we planned a video and such, where we would rank all these different figure companies. Now I just don't feel like it would be really fair to rank Tamashii Nations as its own company, because as you said, if there's different teams working on there,
we would have to put
the quality of the figures would not be consistent to really be considered its own thing. It's like they have their own subsections now working in it. Like you have the team in Vietnam. You have the team in Vietnam, the team in China, or like I'm sure there's various different teams in each area that produces the figures, and so I think that like you said, it's probably be better to compare the lines overall rather than that. But
that could just be its own video, just SH Figure Arts with all their different lines and ranking them.
Exactly.
That's how it would have
I mean,
to
Dragon Ball would absolutely be at number one, considering how long the line has been around and how much stuff that they did. But I think it would be an interesting conversation to compare a lot of the newer lines, like Naruto, Jujutsu Kaisen, like Berserk, Hell's Paradise, a Spy Family, a bunch of One Piece too.
Like, we should do an
Bleach
episode of
as
that.
well. Yeah, absolutely.
Bleach
There's a lot of that stuff going on.
And now they got Rurouni Kenshin that they're working on. There's just so much new stuff that they keep doing too, and
I've lost track.
Yeah, if you're not gonna put out high quality figures and put that goddamn sticker on every packaging, don't brag about it. Which I've said in a video, like, don't do that if all your figures don't have that same quality that
they're going to do it. That's how they're going to get the figures to sell. At the end of the day, they want money.
Yeah, and
money.
You do have people
to have more money.
Yeah, you do have people who will just buy them regardless. But now people are seeing what they're doing, and now a lot of people are skeptical at what they buy in the SH Figure Arts line, which I completely understand. I do that now myself. But let's continue on now. We kind of got into a bit of a rant there.
So one interesting thing, hold on, before, like, still about figure arts and such. One thing that they did announce, they introduced another line, which is like insane. But they recently announced that they're working on Yu Yu Hakusho figures now, which I know a lot of.
That's another line.
Yes, so we don't have any images and such of the figures. We don't have any images of the figures yet as of right now, but like this announcement and stuff, we're definitely going to be getting some more pictures at the very least, like in like sometime next year.
So I heard that someone, and I don't know if this is just a rumor, I think, but someone mentions like, what if the because I think there's like a live action movie that's coming out or whatever.
It's a series,
now.
like
What if it's based on the live
good
action
so far. I never watched the anime besides episode 1, but it's not bad so far.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, what are you doing? But what, you're thinking maybe it's that?
Yeah, the live action.
Nah, it'll be the anime, and then if anything, they'll probably announce the live action if it's as popular. Like the One Piece one, they announced before the show even dropped. The Yu Yu Hakusho is on right now. on Netflix. It dropped Friday, I believe. But
Oh, I didn't even know it dropped.
yeah, it's pretty good so far. I think it's like only 5 or 6 episodes, but it's not too bad. But yeah, they keep taking on new lines, and who knows what else they're gonna take on as well.
Yeah.
But
Not much really there to talk about, though, but they're definitely, I
Yeah.
think, biting more than they can chew, and we're really seeing the effects on all of these lines. I just think that Tamashii needs to just chill the out with all these lines that they're taking upon
They
themselves.
need to
They don't
focus
have enough.
more.
Yes. Focus more on quality rather than quantity. That's the main
Yeah.
thing. Now they definitely have quality with a bunch of their lines, but that shouldn't make it to where all these other lines are going to suffer as a result. So I really want them to fix that. But like you mentioned the One Piece. We found out some news recently this morning. We talked about this a little bit before the podcast. Which studio is reanimating One Piece?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
they're
what it was?
reanimating the East Blue arc, and supposedly it's going to be a retelling. I guess it's going to be following the manga a little bit closer and more accurate. I guess.
That's interesting.
I'm
Very
still
interesting.
so caught off by that because
What else have they animated?
I'm just glad it's not Mappa because they need a break.
That's true. But the
what
thing
else
is
have they
that
animated,
Wit is the sister company to Mappa. You know that.
Oh, okay.
It's the parent company.
Yeah,
I think, or vice versa.
they worked on Attack on Titan the first 3 seasons, and you also said it worked on
Yeah.
Wait, would it also worked on Vinland Saga?
Yeah, but the thing is,
Okay,
here's the interesting
okay.
thing: is that the same team that worked on Vinland Saga at Wit Studio also ended up working at Mappa. So it really wasn't. It was just really a difference in the company naming, not necessarily the team. And especially, they were able to get away with it too because season 2 of Vinland Saga did not have a lot of action, so it was a lot easier
Wait.
to actually work on.
Doesn't Mappa do One Punch Man now too?
I don't know. That's never been confirmed.
Yeah, I believe
Season 2.
One Punch Man. They got the license to
Season
One
3.
Punch Man,
So
so they're gonna work on season 3.
That's
yeah.
right. That's another one that they got too that we didn't touch up on in the Mappa episode. But I I saw something about that with One Piece. I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know what the hell this is. So I was just like, whatever.
Yeah.
But I guess
It's
this
just
is
kind of
what it
weird because
is.
it's like the anime and the manga is still ongoing, so it's kind of. I guess it's because now a lot more people since the live action. I really want to say that the live action really helped introduce people to the anime, me specifically as well, because when everyone was talking about it, like, oh my god, One Piece is getting a live action, it looks amazing. A lot of people start like binge watching, started getting into the series, and now maybe some people are like, oh, the animation kind of outdated. Oh, it's not really following the manga that much, because the anime
No, that's just a bunch
starts
of
out
Karens
does.
complaining.
Yeah. The anime does start out a little bit different than the manga because there are some differences and shows more of Luffy's backstory, how he got off the island, etc. But it's just kind of weird unless.
Yes.
Is there like an anniversary or something of like
25 years maybe? I don't know.
Because it's
No, the 20th anniversary of One Piece was just a couple years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it
'Cause,
wasn't
hold on,
that
didn't
long.
One Piece? Hold on, the One Piece anime was like it started going out in 2001, I think.
But I've
It was-
never
it's-
heard of an anime studio working on the same anime at the same time, even though it's in different time periods of the series. But it's so
You know what it
odd.
is? Oh, I know. You know what? I know exactly what this. This is what I bet is going on. Toei is in no way involved with this. No, like from
Yeah.
a licensing thing. You want to know who is involved with this? It's Netflix. Netflix is the one who is purchasing this because it's going to be airing
Possibly.
exclusively on Netflix. So that's why.
Oh.
So
And
now
they have
Netflix
the
is
rights
investing
for the live action. Yeah, they have
which I guess makes
almost-
yes,
Sorry.
and because they have those but because they have those rights, it allows for them to go and work on the animated stuff.
Yeah. Okay,
But
that makes sense then. Yeah.
maybe like because it is they are I'm looking at because they released a trailer and that legend that began 25 years ago. When did the manga come out? Was it 25 years ago, the manga?
It was like 96, I think.
So it's around there. So yeah, like
It could be wrong. Might be like
and
94.
it's definitely you are right. It is because the ones who released the trailer is Netflix.
Okay, yeah.
So it
that's
looks like
right.
it is going
Yeah.
to be a Netflix exclusive. So
And
I think what you're saying is correct, Heesh.
you know what it
Yeah.
is? Everything pretty much from like pre-time skip was like that old school Oda anime or manga style, so they were very lanky. Like Champ, you're on it now. Their fingers are super long, like they're very lanky. Like
Hmm.
a little before the time skip, they kind of started switching it up, like the Marineford arc and stuff like that. That's when they kind of started switching it, and the
Yeah.
Sabaody arc. But that's probably main reason why they're doing it is because it's also that 90-ish anime style, early 2000s, and that different art style that Oda had back then too. So it'll be cool to see it animated or drawn
Kind of like
more
updated.
updated. Yeah, so it's kind of like when they did Dragon Ball Z Kai, I guess. So something similar.
Okay, so the manga was first published in July 26, 1997. So yeah, it
Oh, it's
is
close.
about so yeah, the first volume was released on December 24th,
2017.
1997.
18, 19.
By the way, Sean, you mentioned Dragon Ball Z Kai. It's like Dragon Ball Z Kai is the same animation, just done like some of it is done digitally.
It's just a filler cutout.
Didn't they,
just
like-
kind of
They didn't like reanimate it a little bit.
They added
No.
no. Actually, you're right that they did, but just it was a couple of scenes that they did add in between, and they looked absolutely dookie. They just
yeah, there was just like a little touch ups here and there, but
Yeah.
it was weird
just-
computer digital animation that just didn't
Yeah.
look right. It looked like Flash, bro. It looked so
Alright,
bad.
So it's different.
Because with that, you're taking the original footage, which was actually filmed on film,
Yeah.
legit film, and you're basically drawing over that, and you're like erasing the grain on
The
it,
nice
which is-
details and such too. It
Yeah,
looks
yeah, which
cartoony.
helps. Yeah,
It's
So-
It's
odd.
like some
it
Tom and
just
Jerry
does not
type
work.
shit, like some more modern Tom and Jerry, not like the
Alright,
classic
so,
stuff.
So at least this One Piece is a completely new, and it'll be interesting.
Yeah, this is made from scratch.
From
To
scratch.
watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, and then there was two more things. Heesh, take over this one.
I don't remember what you're
With
talking about. What do you mean?
With anime, two more. So we had the One Piece
With-
thing
with-
with anime. We had
Demon
the
Slayer.
Chainsaw Man.
Demon
and then
Slayer, that's
the
right.
Demon Slayer.
Okay, I'll go over Chainsaw Man real quick, and
Yeah,
then we'll go
yeah.
over Demon Slayer.
You're
So
a-
basically, Chainsaw Man has announced that they're gonna go over they're gonna make the next arc into a movie, which I think works because as a
Oh,
manga
that's
reader,
the next arc.
well, yeah, it's gonna be canon.
Okay.
It's gonna you're gonna so the way you're gonna watch it from this point is you're gonna watch season 1 and then the movie and then season 2. It's actually legitimately
Okay.
going into the order of the events. It's actually part of the manga continuity and such. It's not gonna be like an offset story for those who haven't read the manga.
So
this
like
is
Mugen
actually
Train, if they didn't do it again in season 2.
yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Okay.
Essentially.
Do
Interesting.
you guys think that turning some arcs into movies? Do you think
I don't-
that's
I don't like it.
like beneficial in any way?
I think
'Cause
it works.
Kinda,
In some
Yeah,
cases
it
it works.
does.
Like
It still
Mugen Train was
works.
fantastic. In other cases, I don't.
Mhm.
Is
In
it still
other
the
cases, it
highest-
doesn't.
Highest gross anime movie, Mugen Train, right? Because it beat. I remember it was like the top most or highest selling anime movie that
Yeah.
we've ever gotten in the U.S. at least.
because it's like you have to go out, spend money to watch the next arc, and then if you don't, then the next arc comes after that, and you're like, oh, I didn't see the movie, so
You're
you
like
have to either,
forced
like,
to watch it.
find a copy of the movie.
Yeah.
With I guess you can argue the same thing with Dragon Ball, but with Dragon Ball, they did that thing where it's like they retold it in the anime, although not as good. We
Mhm.
should have a discussion
Yeah,
about that
yeah.
another time. But I don't know. It's just it's one of those things where it's like I kind of like to have one kind of format of watching a certain anime, not watching like,
Same.
oh, I gotta watch the series, then I gotta watch the movie, then I gotta watch
Yeah.
the special.
Here's the difference. Here's the differences in everything you just described right now. So when it came to Resurrection F and Battle of Gods, they recreated that stuff from scratch. When it came to Demon Slayer and Mugen Train, they still used the exact same animations and such from the movie and music and
Yeah,
such
with a
like
couple
that. And
added scenes.
I think they just split it up.
yeah,
the
well,
movie,
no, they
just split up
they
the-
also
Yeah, the
added in
fir-
like their own scenes and such in animated episodes.
Then that Rengoku episode, the first episode wasn't
Yeah.
in the movie, which was pretty
Mhm.
cool. But in the fight, there was a couple added fight scenes in it that I never noticed at first.
Yeah,
But,
absolutely. And
yeah, it's
so
the
that
same
takes
shit.
us. So that takes us to the. This is okay. So this is my thoughts on it. When you actually take an arc and turn it into a movie, It merely is just a case of if it works. Okay, so Jujutsu Kaisen 0, that obviously that's a zero, that's a side story that they ended up making it to a movie, and it worked. I think it worked. It worked really well as a movie. Once the entire thing was done, the same can be said as well. I think for Dragon Ball Super Broly and such. But again, when you look at Dragon Ball, it's a different comparison because they don't have manga versions of these stories out beforehand. Or same with Dragon Ball Super Superhero and such. These were all made, for the purposes of being a movie. It's not like they're taking a manga arc and turning it into that. So I think it absolutely can work because we saw this work so really well. I think with Mugen Train and I mean I think they're doing it as well with Blue Lock. I don't know if you guys watched that. And don't worry about it if you haven't seen it. It's a soccer anime. And it's actually really good though. And so it definitely. So I haven't really seen a case where it just didn't work. I think Mugen Train did a fantastic job. Yeah, it'll always work. 100% will always work. Mugen Train did a great job. So I think they can absolutely do it well. Going forward with their stuff. Attack on Titan, even though it wasn't like, even though they weren't like movies that were out in theaters, these specials were fantastic that they put that, like, and they absolutely could work in the movie sense, I think.
What I like too, but I like what One Piece does. It makes its own movie, or like what you said with Chainsaw Man, it's a side story, or maybe do something.
It's not a side story with Chainsaw Man.
What did you say was a side story?
I said it wasn't a side
Jujutsu
story. I said it's part. Jujutsu Kaisen. Well, no, that's
not part of it.
That's the story that he made before he really was going to make Yuji as the main character. Because people apparently. So the thing about this movie was Yuta, I think was his name. He did not have he was originally planned to be the main character, but then there was too much criticism. People didn't really connect with that character as much, and so that's why he ended up making Yuji and that whole story from there and Sukuna and such.
But I like when they do that. When it's its own movie. And it's not part of the manga. Like the One Piece movies have nothing to do with the anime. It's just its fun own little thing to watch of your favorite characters. It's like Demon Slayer. They keep doing the stuff by putting it in the movies, which is fine.
But
it's
I
like
think
make a little
now
movie
it's
too.
like what they're doing now is they're taking the last couple of episodes from the last arc and then taking the first episode of the new
That's what
arc
they're
and
doing.
then putting it in the theater.
Yeah.
I don't count those
So
as
I
movies.
think
No.
Don't count those as movies.
just
You
a
count those
movie
like
theater
what, specials?
I count those. It's really
Or
what
if
it is. Yeah, it gives you theatrical experience, but it's ultimately a extraordinary way of promoting Demon Slayer and such.
Yeah.
To more people.
And you get an early viewing of it, which I'm
Yes.
fine with, but Demon Slayer is so popular. Do like Rengoku's backstory that you did a little manga chapter of. Or there's so
I
many...
think this I feel like we've barely scratched the surface of the Demon Slayer universe, and we're like almost done with the story.
Yeah. I feel like
it just feels like
definitely way too short.
I feel like there's more time for it feels like they're kind of rushing a little bit. I feel like they're rushing through the Demon Slayer story, which I don't know if it's like I don't know if it's like really short, but like I feel like they can do some side like movies or stories, and so I don't know. I just kind of want them to kind of like focus a little bit more on like maybe just talking about some other stuff, but I think what else I think that's pretty much it. I see you guys typing in the chat.
The only thing we have left to talk about is just the season 4, which we're kind of covering, but I mean they didn't show too much. It's the Hashira training arc, and to me, I don't know how the hell that's going to be a whole season unless there's just going to be a couple episodes because it's super short. Unless, like what Champ was saying, maybe they're going to extend it or add some filler.
It makes sense to extend it.
I feel like Demon Slayer's that one. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say it probably makes sense to extend it because a lot of these Hashiras, they do need to give a little bit more time to flesh out each of their characters so that we can actually know enough about them and like them. Because I don't know what's gonna. I mean, I haven't read the manga, but I know that they're gonna be important for the next arc. Some crazy shit's gonna happen, and they're definitely gonna need to. They're definitely gonna need to have these characters get you connected to these characters to prepare you for that arc. So I think it makes sense.
The Hashira we know most about is Tengen, because we got his backstory with his wives and all that. Rengoku, we know a pretty good amount, but there's still a whole other story they could do as well.
And Morichiro.
Did you say Rengoku?
What are you talking about? Yeah,
you said Rengoku. You said Rengoku.
Yeah, they could do a flashback or something because there's.
I guess flashback. I don't know. I think like Rengoku's story is done after Mugen Train.
Yeah, it is. But they did do a manga of his backstory. But Giyu, they also did it with Giyu as well. It's in the same manga. It's a backstory of Giyu and Rengoku. But they could do Giyu's in this. They could do that. That could be a couple episodes, and it would be really interesting because it'll bring back some other characters as well. So there is stuff they could do, but I don't know if they're going to do it because I'm thinking over here. After the Hashira training arc, there's one more big arc that's split into two parts, and then that'll be it. It's done.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and I feel like the beginning of the first part is going to be the end of this season, and they'll leave it on a cliffhanger.
All right.
So, unless they do what we're saying, maybe add in some more backstories to these Hashira because it is out there. You know what I mean? So. They didn't show much. All they did was announce that we're getting the Hashira training arc, season 4, and they just showed all the Hashira from it, and then we got a quick look at Nezuko and Tanjiro, and that's it. And that they're doing the same thing they did with the end of the Entertainment District arc, but that time we had to watch, I think, both those episodes, right? And then we got the first 1 hour special. This time they're just doing the last episode of season 3, Swordsmith Village arc. And then we're getting an hour special again of the Hashira training arc. So that's
Champs
really...
just looks dead. Sorry. Anyways,
yeah, so
he's dropping links in the chat like he's like, hey. He's like trying to convince me to buy NeoPixel. He's like, hey,
the
you
Luke
listen to
Skywalker.
your Black Series, FX is shit.
all right. Anyways, I know we talked about a lot in this episode, but like regarding whatever thing, I can't even remember everything. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Like, given all the different topics I know we went over a lot. Hopefully you guys were able to catch up with everything. I know I'm talking very fast right now, but I think it's about time we ended up this episode. I do hope you guys did enjoy. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Starblast Studios, Daredevil 19, and Champ Animations. We'll see you guys in the comment section.
Later.
Until then.
Thanks for listening to our podcast episode.
If you're on YouTube and have watched the video,
Then thank you for watching as well. We are your hosts,
Starblast Studios.
Champ Animation.
and me, Daredevil 19.
And if you enjoyed our episode on Spotify, be sure to give us a follow and rating.
You can also leave us a comment on Spotify in the Q&A.
And we do thank you if you do. And if you did watch this on YouTube, be sure to give us a like if you liked it and a subscribe-a-roo if you enjoyed it. And we will catch you on the next episode of the Plastic Power Podcast.